Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
100,000 former rebels to benefit from amnesty program signed by PBBM. Hundreds join First Project Palawan to highlight territorial sovereignty. Kariwa centers offer affordable rides in Metro Manila. Government issues warning versus hoarders, price manipulators ahead of La Nina. On as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Monday, May 20, and we will bring you the latest news from the Armed Forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the brief overview of our stories, an estimated 100,000 former rebels are expected to benefit from the amnesty program signed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. last year. National Amnesty Commission Commissioner Nestor Marhuaman Salik shared that while the number is tentative, most applications come from the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. Additionally, thousands more are lined up for applications from organizations granted amnesty, including the MNLF, MILF, CPP, and Kapatiran. According to 1997 Constitution, the President of the Philippines has the authority to grant amnesty with the concurrence of the majority of Congress members.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The third-party monitoring team of the Mindanao Peace Process met with the local amnesty board of Cotabato City to discuss the application process for amnesty. TPMT Chairperson Haino Marius emphasized the importance of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s amnesty declaration as part of the peace agreement, expressing interest in the National Amnesty Commission's application system through LAB offices. LAB Cotabato Chairperson Attorney Mariam April Mastura stated that all individuals covered by the amnesty proclamation are welcome to apply. Although the LAB Cotabato has received numerous inquiries, only 2 applications have been submitted so far.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
For other updates, let us hear the details about MOBIX 2024 culminates in Cagayan. Go ahead, Jay.
The mobilization exercise calendar year 2024 concluded at Naval Base Camilo Cia, Santa Ana, Cagayan. The scene activity led by Deputy Commander, Naval Forces Northern Luzon for Marine Operations and Exercise Director Colonel Larry Batala and attended by Regional Director Leon Rafael Jr. of the Office of Civil Defense Region 2. This exercise in its second iteration simulated the mobilization stage of the Philippine Navy Mobilization Plan 2021, integrating the reserve force with the regular force across scenarios of peacetime, emergency, crisis, and wartime. It is also assessed and enhanced the integration, responsiveness, and capabilities of the Philippine Navy Reserve Force in Northern Luzon, highlighting their role as force multipliers for national security and disaster response. This is Jayton reporting for AFP News 1 AFP for the Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jay.
DWDD Armed Forces
Around
News.
400 bikers participated in the first ever Project Palawan event in Puerto Princesa, Palawan last Saturday. Organized by the Marine Battalion Landing Team 9 Marine Amphibious Ready Unit in collaboration with SM City Puerto Princesa and the city government. The event aimed to raise awareness about the Philippines' territorial rights in the West Philippine Sea. Themed Wheel of Unity, Protecting Our Sovereignty, the 30-kilometer bike ride started and ended at SM, passing through the Malvar Street, Rizal Avenue, and Barangays Tagburos and Irawan, culminating in a short program.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines praised the Atinito Coalition for the successful voyage of their civilian convoy to Bajo de Masinloc in the West Philippine Sea. AFP Public Affairs Office Chief Colonel Sirsex Trinidad emphasized the significant role of this activity in the strengthening of the Philippines' presence and asserting the country's rights in the contested waters. He also said that peaceful activities like these demonstrate the unity of Filipinos in upholding national sovereignty in accordance with international law. The Atinito Coalition declared the mission accomplished after their advance team reached 25 to 30 miles from Bajo de Masinloc, distributing fuel and food to approximately 144 Filipino fishermen on 6 mother boats and 36 smaller vessels.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more update outside the station. Let us hear from Beth about Philippine Air Force opens pre-anniversary exhibit in Zamboanga.
The Philippine Air Force opened the fourth installment of its pre-anniversary exhibit series at SM City Midpro in Zamboanga. The 3 days event and part of the 77th pre-anniversary activities of the Philippine Air Force that aim to showcase its capabilities in territorial defense, combat support, and humanitarian assistance and disaster response. Visitors also experience flight training through the staff flight simulators and accesses as recruitment booth for aspiring airmen and civilian human resources. Moreover, the upcoming Philippine Air Force anniversary exhibit schedule will be on May 24 to 26, 2024 at Robinson's Lawag, June 1 to 3, 2024 at Robinson's Butuan, and June 10 to 12, 2024 at Ayala Mall Market. This is Beta Niete reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth Taniete.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
National Security Advisor Secretary Eduardo Año expressed gratitude for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s unwavering support to the National Task Force to end the local community's armed conflict. This came after the President assured that NTF-CAC will not be dissolved, emphasizing its role in the whole-of-nation approach towards achieving lasting peace. He stated the task force's efforts in facilitating the reintegration of former rebels into society through the programs like the Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program and assistance to individuals in crisis situations. Moreover, Secretary Año assured that under the President's leadership, NTF-CAC will strive to fulfill its mission.
DWDD National News.
For national news, the Department of Agriculture launched the Kadiwa Centers through the Kadiwa program in different parts of the Metro Manila. Through these centers, the DA sells rice at 29 pesos per kilo, along with other basic necessities and prime commodities at an affordable price such as fish, eggs, vegetables, and fruits. The Kadiwa Centers are located at ADC building of the Department of Agriculture's Central Office in Quezon City, Bureau of Plant Industry in Malate, Manila, Liana Road in Barangay 167, Caloocan City, AMVA Housing La Mesa Street in Barangay Ugong, Valenzuela City, and Filfida Compound, Arias Street, Talondos, Las Piñas City. The DA said each household is allowed to buy a maximum of 5 kilograms of rice from Kadiwa Centers, depending on the availability.
Armed Forces Radio.
We have a report coming in from Mars about Rear Admiral Alfonso Torres Jr. appointed as new WESCOM chief.
Yes, Rofh, Rear Admiral Alfonso Torres Jr. has been appointed as the new commander of the Western Command, which has territorial jurisdiction over the West Philippine Sea. He replaced Vice Admiral Alberto Carlos. Armed Forces of the Philippines Public Affairs Chief Colonel Sirsex Trinidad stated that the designation of Rear Admiral Torres Jr. as commander of WESCOM is an administrative decision necessary for the institution to adapt the evolving security environments and effectively address emerging challenges. Moreover, the AFP expressed confidence in his ability to lead the command with distinction, highlighting the need for a full-time leader with more years of service to provide continuity. This is Mars reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mars.
DWDD National News.
The government issued warning against hoarders and price manipulators ahead of the looming La Nina weather phenomenon. According to Task Force El Niño's chairperson and Defense Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr., curbing the price manipulation and holding hoarders accountable will be one of the priorities in the government response. Secretary Chodoro said that affordable basic commodities such as rice is so much important to millions of Filipino consumers, and any sudden fluctuation in the price will affect their daily lives. Moreover, he said that DND is ready to help agencies involved in the price monitoring of basic necessities and prime commodities.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Elections encouraged the 4.2 billion delisted voters to apply for reactivation to be able to participate in the May 2025 midterm elections. COMELEC chairperson George Garcia advised them to visit different voter registration sites nationwide to apply for reactivation. According to Garcia, the Office of Election Officer in the city or municipality is open from Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That said, individuals were delisted due to failure to vote in two successive preceding regular elections by court order, loss of Filipino citizenship, and having non-valid documents.
Armed Forces Radio.
For more updates, let's hear the details from Mike regarding 14th IEB Lays the Educational Campaign on Insurgency and Peace Advocacy in Tuburan, Cebu.
Yes, Rofh, good afternoon. The Modified Community Support Sustainment Program under the 14th Civil Military Operations Katipanan Battalion conducted an insurgency awareness campaign for the youth organization in Barangay Marmol, Tuburan, Cebu. Mr. Raimundo Monsing Makiling, Vice President of YFP Bisdak, led discussions on the NTFL Kabataan Kontra Droga, a Terrorismo Refresher, and Youth for Peace Advocacy campaign. The initiative aims to educate and empower the youth against the dangers of drug abuse and terrorism while promoting peace and community resilience. The campaign was well received, with participants gaining valuable insights and a renewed commitment to being catalyst for change in their community. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mike.
DWDD National News.
Moving on to another story, the Commission on Elections has partnered with the National Commission of Senior Citizens to urge more elderly persons to register as voters in the 2025 midterm polls. COMELEC Chairperson George Erwin Garcia and NCSC Chairperson Franklin Quijano led the signing of Memorandum of Agreement on the measure in a simple ceremony at COMELEC main office in Intramuros, Manila last Friday. Through the said partnership, the poll body hopes to encourage more senior citizens to register as voters through its Register Anywhere project. In his message, Garcia vowed for a smooth voting experience for senior citizens and members of the vulnerable sector in the next elections.
DWDD National News.
Senator Francis Tolentino stressed the long-term benefits of the proposed nuclear power program in the municipality of Labrador, Pangasinan. In a statement, Tolentino pointed out that nuclear power plants are proven safe and present long-term solutions to the energy crisis and high electricity rates burdening the consumers. The senator said not only the residents of Pangasinan will benefit from the said project, but the entire country as well. Furthermore, Tolentino believed that controversial issues of the use of nuclear energy will be cleared once the said power plant functions.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear from Gina about ROTC at University of Perpetual Health Bacoor holds regional annual tactical inspection.
Rofh, the Reserve Officers Training Corps of the University of Perpetual Health Bacoor, conducted the regional annual administrative tactical inspection in Bacoor, Cavite. Led by Colonel Virgilio C. Hamos Jr., Assistant Division Commander for Retiree and Reserve Affairs of the 2nd Infantry Jungle Fighter Division, the team inspected various administrative and tactical aspects, including drills, theoretical knowledge, medical readiness, and field tests. RAATI is a critical event for evaluating the readiness and proficiency of ROTC units across the regions, involving rigorous assessments to ensure cadets are well prepared for various scenarios. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Gina.
DWDD.
Our time is already 12:30 in the afternoon. We want to acknowledge our viewers, especially to Hello Popsy Benjamin, to Arlene Singkay Mag-Usara, and happy listening to our listeners from DWDP from Mindoro. Happy viewing and happy listening to our viewers and listeners.
DWDD. National News.
In another developments, the Department of Health Metro Manila Center for Health Development has rolled out cervical cancer screening services in the region. DOH MMCHD Director Rayo Magpantay shared the agency is strengthening its efforts to screen females aged 30 to 65 years old in identified health facilities or health centers in Metro Manila to accelerate the elimination of cervical cancer. According to DOH, cervical cancer is characterized by the growth of abnormal cells in the lining of the cervix. Moreover, the World Health Organization reported that almost all cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus or HPV.
DWDD. National News.
Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri urged the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority to strengthen its efforts in preparing the Filipino workforce for the expected influx of foreign companies once resolution of both houses number 6 is approved by the Congress. During the public consultation on RBH6, the Center emphasized the agency's crucial role once they amend the Constitution with foreign investments freely flowing into the Philippines, especially in manufacturing. In relation to this, he cited the partnership created by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. with U.S. equity firm Cerberus and South Korea's HD Hyundai Heavy Industries in Subic Bay, which is seen to enable the Philippines to regain its footing in the shipbuilding industry.
DWDD. National News. Armed Forces Radio. Report.
Bring us the latest insights from the scene. We have our correspondent Chris Bell. Let us hear the details about senior U.S. Marine leaders visit 1st Marine Brigade to oversee the ACDC 24.3.
Colonel Stuart Glenn, commanding officer of the 13th Marine Expeditionary Unit, and Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Hornfick, commanding officer of the 1st Battalion, 7th Marines, recently visited the headquarters of the 1st Marine Brigade to oversee the ongoing Archipelagic Coastal Defense Continuum or ACDC 24.3 exercise. The visit aimed to assess the overall execution of ACDC 24.3 and foster camaraderie among the participants from the Philippine Marine Corps, United States Marine Corps, Philippine Army, and Philippine National Police. Upon their arrival, Colonel Glenn and Lieutenant Colonel Hornfick were accorded a side voice honor and participated in a guest book signing at the Laging Handa Hall. They were warmly welcomed by the Deputy Brigade Commander Colonel Zalde A. Juneda, Philippine Navy Marines, along with other brigade staff officers, the commanding officer of Marine Battalion Landing Team 5, and officers from the 1st Battalion, 7th Marines, and the 13th Marine Expeditionary Unit. The ACDC 24.3 exercise continues to strengthen the operational capabilities and cooperation between the Philippine and U.S. Armed Forces, enhancing regional security and mutual defense. This is Chris Belmay Lorenzo reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Chris Bell.
DWDD. National News.
The Bureau of Corrections guaranteed the transparency of the investigation led by the Commission on Human Rights on prison strip searches and visitors of persons deprived of liberty. Bucor Director General Gregorio Katropang Jr. recently released a statement dismissing the claims by militant groups of a possible whitewash in the investigation of strip searches on female visitors of inmates at the New Bilibid prison. Katropang said it will not be possible since the CHR is at the forefront of this investigation, so the protesters should not politicize the issue. He also added that the Bucor has nothing to hide and it welcomed the CHR's probe.
DWDD. National News.
Now on to our next story. The President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has placed the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation under the control of the Department of Agriculture. According to the Presidential Communications Office, the President released an Executive Order 60 dated May 13, transferring the PCIC under the DA's control to make it more responsive to the needs of the small farmers, fisher folk, and other agricultural stakeholders. President Marcos said that the transfer is necessary to improve the agricultural insurance protection program, highly responsive to the needs of small farmers and fisher folk and other agricultural stakeholders, with policies and programs aimed at ensuring the food security and modernization of the agricultural sector.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
On the other line, let us hear the updates from Katropang regarding the 68.3 million pesos of ecstasy and 4 suspects captured in NAIA IADTG in Pasay City.
Good day, Rofh. The 4 suspects failed to smuggle the 68.3 million pesos of alleged illegal drugs or ecstasy before the joint forces of the Ninoy Aquino International Airport Drug Interdiction Task Group, composed of the NBI International Airport Investigation Division, Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, and Bureau of Customs at a Central Mail Exchange Center, Domestic Road of Pasay City, and the arrested suspect had been identified as Robert Trevi Simon, Mark Brian Gamba, Fabio Dalbanos, and Cheryl Gamba, who are in the legal age. The total of these drugs are 40,206 pieces of ecstasy tablets wrapped in 3 pieces of green plastic bags and placed in 1 white plastic bags worth 68,350,200 pesos, declared to be pet foods consigned in the name of R. Trevi Simon. The 4 suspects are scheduled to subject to inquest proceedings at the Pasay City Prosecutor's Office for violation of Section 4, Article 2 of Republic Act 9165, also known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. This is Koy Laura reporting for the AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Koy Laura.
DWDD National News.
The Home Development Mutual Fund or the Pag-ibig Fund has recently released additional development loan worth 101.5 million pesos to support President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s flagship Pambansang Pabahay Pa sa Pilipino program. The said amount aims to finance the ongoing development and construction of the Bukawe Bulacan Manor housing project in Barangay Batia for Bukawe residents and government employees. The said project is 14-hectare site which will have 5 multi-level condominium buildings, each with 14 floors. According to Pag-ibig, this will benefit a total of 1,888 families, addressing the need for decent and affordable housing in the area.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po